I'm here with a journal flip. Another journal finish. This is only my second journal finished. Have yet to paint the cover, and I don't know whether I will or not. Time will tell. So this is a Dylusions 8x5, I think, creative journal. Yeah. So here we go. I think this was one of the first ones I did in this journal. Nice and whimsical. Textured here for the clouds. This one just playing around with faces. I've yet to shade painting. Yet to master that. Don't think I ever will. That one was with a couple of new stencils that I bought that was just, yeah, a hit and miss, that one, but anyway, it's done. I think most of these are YouTube videos anyway. This one I was just playing around with texture on the page, so nothing spectacular. This one I love. I think this may have been one of the first ones I got when I received my deli paper from an Australian friend here who gifted it to me. Yeah, Carrie Ann. So thank you, Carrie Ann. I'm just about out. And then there was texture paste on through a stencil there, which I coloured. Love pink and brown together. This one was awful background. I dislike it intensely. And the only thing that saved it was the dragonfly that I added. This was done on a stream. This one seems to be a popular one. It's done with napkins. So that was a napkin. That one, that one, that one. That one was just a stamp that I stamped on there, but didn't turn out real well because I had, like, it didn't sit down properly even when I put something underneath it, so it was too textural. So I ended up stamping it on some white paper and tried to blend it in a bit. This one I love. I'm loving the bright colours and then the stark contrast with the black. New Dylusion stencils, I guess I just did that. That's how I tend to start my pages when I get new products. And here's the start of the circles, I think. So lots of texture in that one. Again with the black for the contrast. This one must have been close to Christmas, and yeah, didn't go much on that one. I think they're even just stuck on. There's, yeah, not much texture in that one at all. I think, yeah, I think this journal's just over a year old. I think it might be about 14, 15 months old. It took me to get this one together because this one's dated August 2016. Yeah. Phone call. This one there's a lot of texture on there. I don't think there are any napkins, but there's texture paste through stencil. I think that might be some tissue wrap underneath. That's the deli paper. Again, I print my images onto my deli paper, which is attached to copy paper through my inkjet printer. So, and I really have issues with it. Sometimes the ink grabs. I'll show you what I mean. Like that. Because I hadn't secured it properly, so there's bubbles in it, there's movement, so you can see there. So I tend to put on repositionable tape, and just in certain areas, just so that it is, yeah, I was a bit lazy that time. Anyway, no title or anything on that one. Must have been over it by then. Again, we got some circles, this time with pink and browns and golds, and that looks quite effective. But I think I've got paper pattern paper in the back of that as well. This one, love, again, the contrast with the black, just against the bright colours. It's just, I love it. So again, another new stencil or two. That one, again, we've got circles in there. I think I did this one when I came back from America. Lots of texture in the background, loving blues and browns together. Another brown one here, shades of brown. Again, that is a, I think that's, no, that may not be a deli paper print. That might be just on normal printer paper. But I think there were sprays underneath this as well, because the white didn't really come through too lot. I have a lot of issues with using white over the top of sprays. I've tried transparent gesso, I've tried a workable fixative, but obviously the ones I'm using are not good enough because they're just not working. You can see here I've got gesso and paint and all sorts of things seeping through. I do put masking tape down the gutter, but I tend to get very sloppy when I do new pages and forget that sometimes the paint seeps under and over. This one's got a lot of metallic paint in it. It looks quite effective. Butterfly. I think butterflies and circles are my thing. Now, speaking of circles, this one mustn't have been completely dry when I closed it, so it sort of grabbed a bit there, but loving the blues and browns again. I've just got to get away from them, don't I? One thing you'll notice when I turn the pages, they don't really stick together. What I do, and I saw this by Mimi Bondi, Mixed Media Monday, or Mixed Media Australia she is, and she just took a regular old candle. I got this from Cheap Shop, I think, and then just go over your page, and I use the end of it there to go in the gutter, just like that, and that then should be protected. I think that is the only thing that has stopped my pages sticking together. I used to put I used to rub over an embossing pillow, but then in humid areas it'll tend to congeal with the humidity, and so it didn't work. I've also used Dylusions wax medium, but I think this is just as good, if not better, and quicker and less expensive. So try it out. Again, we've got some circles, and there's lots of texture in this one. Different colours. I'm not a fan of red, so it's I think I push myself sometimes just to use it. This one was done on Ustream, and it just looks unfinished. I might do something with it. Don't know. It's got a bit of texture in it. Another whimsical page. Loving the bright colours. There is some black on here, but not as much as maybe is needed. Don't know. Lots of circles in the background. Shock horror. This is a very soft, pretty page. That image was printed onto copy paper and just fussy cut out and stuck down. There's sprays on here and texture paste. Loving the metallics in the background of that one. Again, this is one thing that I do like to do. I printed this image onto copy paper and I fussy cut it out, so I used the negative to mask it on there. I love silhouette images on backgrounds. That's one thing that you can do. If you get to the stage where you just love your background and you don't want to do anything else to it, but you know you should, put a silhouette image on it. And then working on writing my quotes there wasn't too bad. Got some paper texture in the background, some script paper. This one was done a while back, and I think, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I think this was maybe when I was working, trying to sort out the deli paper, because I bought some here in Australia, from two different stores, and both had the wax on the back of them. One slightly more than the other, and I wasn't really happy with that, because the deli paper that Kerry Ann sent me is just plain old paper. Like, there's no wax, no nothing on it. Now, I recently bought my first jelly plate. I think I bought it over in the States. Shock horror. It's been years, and I've said I'd never buy one, but I did. And I was reading on it, do not use wax on your jelly plate. So I'm just wondering how people go with the wax that's on their deli paper when you use it for prints. So, I don't know. That was a bit strange, I thought. This one I didn't record at all. It was just playing with colours. I may have got new paints or something, and that's why it just looks a big mess. But anyway. Oh, this one was a technique gone wrong, which is what I called it. I always have a hit and miss, a love-hate relationship with crackle medium. Sometimes it works, but most times it doesn't. This is a popular one on YouTube. I love the white space. Even though we've got plenty of texture in the background here, lots of layers, still got white space and a big focal image. Again, the black really makes that butterfly pop. I think I either did this just before or when I came home from the States. My sister lives in the States, so that page was done with her in mind. Lots of texture in the background, and then just printed some things and stuck them down. It's a bit of a mess, this one. I think I was just playing with the texture tool on this one to get all those stripes in the background. Again, no, it wasn't deli paper, that was just normal printer paper, but a very soft background, but there is a lot of texture in it. So, and then I've got embossing, heat embossing as well. So this is pretty. I tend to do a lot of blues, don't I? I love blue, brown, blue and gold, and the white. So pretty. Oh, that was a new stamp that I bought, so I had to try it out. Paper and embossing on that. This one I think was when I bought my new Liquitex Basics paints and just was playing around. This one was glass beads, I think, with texture paste on that one. That's very textural, and they stay in there, they don't come off. So once I did the background, I was like, oh, what do I do with that? But then I just thought it looked like an underwater scene, so I just added some sea life. This one, can't remember what I did. It may have been Magicals, and I don't know. I've got no idea what I used on this one, because that was a die cut image, which I heat embossed with gold, and those two as well. Some texture, some washi tape. This one I used the Tim Holtz tissue wrap in the back. I think that one's the melange. And I used greens, and I wanted to colour that butterfly, and I thought, oh, what else? So I think that was another butterfly that was on there. Just coloured those different, and then I thought, oh well, I had a frog, he's green. This one I had a really fun time with. This was early on in the piece when I'd bought my Distress Oxides and was having fun with them, and I think I had the Magicals in here as well. Again, the circles. Whoops, I think I should put some more wax on that next page. So yeah, and I think that was a new stamp set. Yeah, circles. Alright, this one was a recent one, green background and silhouette image, the green and the black again. Very effective, the black against a monochromatic page. And then if you don't have a stencil that you want to use for your backgrounds, make it yourself. That's what I did with this one. This is a recent one too. I was just wondering how they would look. They're both PBO paints, I think. And that was a fluorescent, and that was an iridescent. The fluorescent on black is not as good as what the iridescent is. But there we go. Love this one. I'm not a huge fan of orange and reds and yellows, but this is nice and bright, and I actually painted that one myself. Drew and painted. I thought that was a fluke, but I really love how it turned out. So, this was an older one. Yeah, can't say much. There's not a lot about that. Just a printed image that I fussy cut out, put down. This one, I think they were just paints. It might have been a Distress Oxide background, and then I just painted over it, and I didn't record this one. It is what it is. I love this one. Again, the black contrast against the pretty colours in the background. And again, the Bird Crazy stamps. They're so versatile, those guys. Oops. This one was one I used, varnish, matte varnish technique. Who was it? Bella Rose Creative. I think she was playing around with it and thought, well, what's this going to do to the page? And you can actually feel and see the sort of waxiness in the background of it. Again, a green background. I think I'm doing a lot of greens. Oh, another Christmas time. So I'm assuming that this was, what date was that? 2017? Hang on. No, 16, yeah. So I reckon I must have bought it in August 2016 or July or something. And it started working it, so that was just paper cutouts. Christmas time, so I've 2 Christmases. This one, I really, really loved the background, and I wanted to use that, but I thought, and I really wanted to paint it myself. I thought, I love the background too much to stuff it up. I know, silly reason, but I should have. Oops. Oh, I've got, this one I did on Ustream, again, circles. Now, this was texture paste with the glass beads sprinkled over it. This one was the texture paste with the glass beads mixed in with it. Totally different look. Here is sprinkled over, and that's mixed in with the texture paste. So, yeah, pretty yeah, see, they're coming off. I don't know which. I think it's the ones. Yeah, these ones. The ones where it's sprinkled on top. No, mixed in. Might have got that mixed up. I don't know. Again, we got some circles. Again, the blues and browns and golds and coppers. Love that these were images I resized and printed out. And I thought, oh, what am I going to do with them? And then these glasses, wood chip glasses that I received as a gift from a online purchase. And so, they fit, they worked, Mr. Cool. Oh my goodness, and more circles. A lot of work this page, but I really like the result. And yeah, that's it. think there was 47 double spreads in that one, so all done. She's very chunky, but love it. All right, thanks guys, I'm on to work on another page. Bye.